everybody, it's Budget Bunny here with the Samson McSqueaker box. Sammy's just enjoying some yellow pepper and a plum tomato. For about the first 5 minutes that I was setting up this video, I think he was more nervous to be on camera than I was. He kind of had this deer in the headlights look, but he's finally settling down and having a little munch. And the reason that I'm coming on camera today is because I'm going to be doing the answer segment of my questions and answers video. And quite a few of you guys wanted to know what I looked like. So generally you're not going to see me on camera because I am a little camera shy. But I thought because so many people asked to see what I looked like that I would come on and show you guys. So I'm going to start with the video. I'll probably change over to the pets depending on how long it is so that you're not staring at me for half an hour or so. But I've just got my laptop right here and I'm just going to be reading them off and giving you guys the answers. So, Fancy Videos says, what was your first pet? My first pet was an Afghan hound. That's a breed of dog, and his name was Elfie. My parents rescued him from a shelter before I was born, and they weren't sure how old he was, so I'm not sure. They estimated he was about 12 when he passed away, so he's probably about 6 or 8 when I was born. My Rabbit Care 101 asks, how old are each of your rabbits? Rocky is going to be 5 in March, Ollie will be 4 in February, Willow will be 4 in February, and Honey is going to be 3? Honey's going to be 3 next month in December. How are you feeling today? A little nervous to be on camera, but I'm also really excited because my husband has planned my Christmas present for tomorrow. We're not really doing too much of a Christmas thing this year because we're going to be going to Disney World in a few weeks with my family. So he has set up something and I have no idea what it is. We have to go to a place. All he's told me are these really weird clues. I have to pick out my outfit tonight, wash it, leave it in the dryer until we're ready to go, and then put our clothing on. So I'm wondering if I'm going to be meeting an animal or working with animals or something, and I can't have the smell of my pets on there. I really have no idea, so I'm really excited. It's driving me crazy because that's the only information that I really have. Oh, and the other thing was I'm allowed to videotape and take as many pictures as I want, but I'm not allowed to post them due to privacy and policy reasons. So I'm also wondering, you know, if it's a behind the scenes thing or I really have no idea, but I'm really excited about it. How long have you had your dogs for? Genevieve is 4.5 and Murray is 3.5. You know what? You guys are probably laughing at me right now. I have so many animals that it's hard to keep track of them all. So Genevieve is 4.5 and Murray is 4 because I can't believe they're that old already. But they're only about 6 months apart. So yes, 4.5 and 4 more. So continuing on, my Rabbit Care 101 says, why did you want so many pets? So I didn't start out thinking I was going to have this whole zoo of animals. I've loved animals all my life, but of course, you know, living at home and everything has really prevented me growing up from having the animals that I wanted. Cost and everything when you're a kid and your mom has to pay for everything, you know, you can't really just have everything that you actually want. So I grew up with a love of animals. We always had animals growing up, but she didn't like things like rodents. She didn't really like things that should be living in cages. So we were like the typical cat and dog household, but I've always loved animals. And basically it just kind of grew from there. There were different pets that I wanted, and as I did more and more research, all of a sudden we kept coming home with more animals, and that's kind of how we've had the influx in pets in this household. Oh, and that's it from my Rabbit Care 101. So thank you very much for your questions. Moving on, Bunny Buddy 100 asks, if you had a choice, what animal would you be? So I have a few animals that I absolutely love that I would also probably like to be. A giraffe would be one. They are so beautiful and graceful. It's just amazing. And as well, I absolutely love red pandas, sloths, and dolphins. I'd probably love to be a dolphin the most because you get to communicate with each other. Like they're just such beautiful animals and they're so intelligent. I absolutely love the ocean and swimming, so probably a dolphin, but those other animals are animals that I really love as well. Snidget Pixie asks, what will Callie's kitten's new names be? Actually, it's funny, my stepmom has had one of Callie's kittens for a month now, and they still don't have a name for her. The other one went to my aunt, and she's actually named her Moxie Boo, so it's Moxie-Boo. They really liked the name Boo, which I'm really happy about because that was the name that I had given her. But they had picked out Moxie before they got her, so now her name's just Moxie Boo, and they call her either or, but both of them are really, really happy with the kittens and are getting totally pampered. I get pictures all the time and little updates, so I'm really glad that they can be part of a new family that's going to treat them really well. Right now they're looking, my stepmom is looking at the names Harlem because she already has two cats and their names are Jersey and Bronx, but I guess this cat doesn't really seem like a Harlem and that's why she hasn't decided on that name. And they also like Squeaks or Squeaker. I have a 6-year-old brother, so I think those are names that he's kind of picked out because I guess she is really, really vocal, which I noticed even from an early age. She absolutely loved to chat, and Callie is a pretty chatty cat too, so she probably gets it from her. Then she says, have you ever taken your rabbits for a walk? If so, where did you take them and did they enjoy it or were they nervous? I don't really think that you should take your rabbits for a walk. If you have a backyard that you can bunny proof a section of, that's a lot safer for them than taking them for walks. The only time that I've used a harness is to take them to Bunfest. That's why I bought them, because your rabbit has to be in or with something around them to kind of hold them so that, you know, you can't have all these rabbits. You know how territorial rabbits can be, so you wouldn't want to start a fight, or if your rabbit wasn't fixed, another rabbit wasn't fixed. So you could either have them in a carrier, which I didn't really see the point of bringing a rabbit if you're going to leave it in the carrier the whole time, or you could have a harness and a leash on them. So that's why we bought the harness and leashes. I actually brought Rocky outside in the front yard, and it's the banner on my Budget Bunny website. Just because we have a beautiful tree in the front yard and I wanted to get a picture of him with all the leaves for my banner of my website, and even though that harness felt like it was on there nice and snug, he got nervous, tried to bolt under the truck, and then as I'm trying to get him out of the truck, he actually wiggled out of the harness. So I don't really think taking your rabbit for a walk is a very good idea. If you don't have a rabbit-proof backyard and you would feel more comfortable, well, obviously you'd have to put them on something, but in that case you could use a harness or leash for that because they're still in your backyard. Just make sure it's on nice and snug, and remember that it's not like walking a dog or a dog. You are not doing the leading, the rabbit is. So just let them sniff and hop around wherever they want to go, and from there you can just follow them. You never want to be tugging or pulling them anywhere. They're so sensitive. Their bodies are so delicate. You could easily scare them or break a bone. And honestly, I think rabbits get really nervous because they are prey animals, that taking them for a walk might just freak them out. Where do you work? What do you work as? I actually am a copy center supervisor, and I work at an office supply store in the copy center section. X Rex Rabbit X asks, what is your favorite color? Over the years it's changed. Usually every year I get obsessed with a different color, but overall it's probably pink because I'm a typical girl. Where was I? Oh, what is your favorite name for a pet? I don't really have a favorite name. I just kind of pick names based on what I think the animal suits. But I do love the name Bella. I know it's very popular right now, probably because of Twilight, and I absolutely love that name. Honey was going to be Bella, but we already have Ella the bird, and I thought it'd be really silly to have an Ella and a Bella, so that's why we named Honey instead. But my husband had actually picked out Bella for her, but that's got to be one of my favorites. Hey, why don't you come back over here? Nobody wants to stare at me the whole time. Come here. Come here. Here. Have some veggies. Oh, did I scare you? By the way, I only picked Sammy over Finny because Sammy was the one that ran into the tunnel first, so then I could just pick up the tunnel and put him on here because he does get a little shy. Both of them are kind of shy, and they like to be pet, but they don't like to be picked up, so I find it's a lot easier to just shoo them into something and then bring that with me for floor or lap time. Who is your favorite YouTuber? I have to say, to be fair, probably the first person I subscribed to is Piggy Pig Pigs. I never watched YouTube really a couple years ago. What kind of happened was I was researching ideas on how to build my rabbit cages, and her CNC cages for her guinea pigs came up. So I started watching her videos. I also have to say, I didn't like guinea pigs. I really was not a guinea pig person, and she's totally changed me, obviously, because now I have 2 pigs, and I just think they're such an amazing pet. But yeah, so I started watching her videos, and when I started my own channel, she's probably the first person. But there's so many other great YouTubers out there. I don't want you guys to think that I don't appreciate or love all of you, because I think you're all amazing. Animal Mad Kate. Thank you for the shout out in your video today, by the way, on your haul, and I'm really excited that you're getting a rabbit and that you're following my advice and building them a great cage that they're going to be really happy with. So anyways, she says, have you always had pets? I think I kind of answered that one. So I've had my dog Elfie when I was a baby. Then when he passed away, we didn't have a dog for a couple of years, but we moved in with my aunt and uncle, and my parents split, and they had a beagle named Pebbles. And then when we moved out of her house, then we got a cat, Sassy, and then from there we got Maggie, our dog, which my mom still has, and Harrison, he's my other cat. He lives at my mom's house, so they're both still alive. Maggie's getting pretty old though. Now though, she's beautiful, but she's sleeping a lot, and I love her, but she's getting up there. I think she's 14 or 15 now. And then Calvin was my first hamster, and at that point, that's when I moved out of the house. Oh, and I had fish too. We had fish when I was a kid, and then for my grade 8th birthday, I saved up and got a really nice 20-gallon aquarium for my room.